This is a video covering problem 6 from the Purdue High School Programming Competition 2014. It's the magic problem. And the way the program works is you type in a number, then you type in a sentence, and then the program is supposed to output every letter that occurs the number of times entered in the sentence in alphabetical order. So, for example, the hungry fox jumps over the dog. The letters that occur 3 times are E, H, and O, if you were to count them. And then if no letters occur that many times, you just print out none. So this is not too bad of a program to have to write. So first things we always need, a scanner to read things in. Once again, because I'm going to read in both letters and numbers, I'm going to read in the number of tests using new line, and then convert it to an int. See dot next line. Now it's nice, it's actually not the number of tests, that should actually be the number of occurrences, num-occurrences that we're looking for. Now here's the strategy I'm going to use, which might be a little bit weird at first. So we're going to have to read in the sentence, which is going to be just sc.nextLine. And what I really want to do is make a histogram that keeps track of how many times each letter occurred. So not a terrible way to do this is to say that the letter A really means position 0, the letter B really means position 1, all the way down to Z, meaning position 25, in an array. To do that, you'll notice I'm doing all these in lowercase. Probably want to do them in uppercase. Well, it doesn't really matter, but I'll do them in uppercase. And so to make things consistent, I'm also going to convert this line to be in uppercase. So that way I don't have to worry about things not being in the right case, lowercase versus uppercase issues. So now I'm going to make my array, and this is going to be an array of integers, and call it histogram, and its length is going to be length 26. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop through each position in the sentence. So for int I equal to 0, I less than sentence dot length I plus plus, and then I'm going to get the letter at the ith position. Now, here's something that you can do with letters. Well, first, I need to throw out spaces. So if letter is a space, so I don't want to do anything, so I'm going to use a command I don't use very often, which is the continue command. And what that will do is if I run into a space, I go to the I++ and continue on my way and skip this whole situation. So that case is done. Next, I want to because I've run into something that's not a space, it must be a letter. Actually, let me double check on that. Can I have a period? The answer is yes. Ooh, so I don't want periods. So let me go back here. So I'm going to do something else here instead. I'm going to check to see if the letter is bigger than or equal to A and it's less than or equal to Z. And then I'm not going to continue. I'm going to do actual work here. So the idea is that if the thing that I find in the sentence is between A and Z as a character, that means it's a letter that I'm supposed to be processing. If it's anything else, then it's a symbol like an exclamation mark, something I don't want to count. So what should I do if I have a letter? Well, I need to increase the corresponding spot in the histogram. The problem is coming up with a mapping from each of these letters to the position in the histogram could take like 26 if cases. Well, I have a better way. If I was going to take letter and subtract capital A from it, that'll give me the position I want in the histogram. So here's how this works. Each of the letters in the ASCII code from A to Z have a unique number in sequential order. I'm doing this from memory, so I may not have this exactly right, but I think capital A is 97, which means capital B is 98 and capital C is 99. So when you take the difference from capital A, that essentially gives you the offset you want in the histogram. So all I have to do now is say histogram of position plus plus. Because all the values in the array are initially 0, every time I run into a letter I want, I'm just increasing it, and I functionally have made 26 accumulators. So I'm mostly done. After this loop is over, I have to write another for loop. So for int I equal to 0, I less than histogram, that length, I plus plus. And I need to check if in the histogram, if I have a value that is equal to the number of occurrences that we're supposed to find. If it is, I'm supposed to print out the letter. And you're like, okay, well, how do I get the letter back? Well, the solution is the position I, we need to add in the value of A to it, which is, I think, 97. And so that'll give me the correct value for the number in the ASCII code. I also have to convert this to be a character again, because as soon as you start doing mathematics with characters and integers, it converts it to an int. So now I'm going to convert it so it's a letter again, and if I print that out, I should see the letters that I want. There's one more case I need to worry about, and that is when I need to print out none. So I'm going to make a Boolean variable called found1. And in the event that I printed anything out in here, I'm going to set found1 to be true. So that way, after the loop, if found1 is false, which I will write if not found1, I can do the printout. And that printout is supposed to be none, I believe, in quotes, without a period. Now let me double check on that real quick. And according to this, nope, there is a period. That's why it's a good idea to double check. Alright, so I'm going to test this out and see if it looks like it works. So the sentence that they gave us is the hungry fox jumped over the dog. So I'm looking for 3. The hungry fox jumped over the dog. And it's saying only H and O. Now I thought E was supposed to work too. It's supposed to. Why did it not find E? Well, that's not good. So now in live, can I figure out what's wrong with my code? That's really weird. E, E, E. Oh, there's 4 E's. Okay, so never mind. It's not supposed to print out E. Whew. That was scary. So why did they print out E here? The hungry fox jumps over the dog. That's why. So let me run this again. The hungry dog jumps over the fox. It might be the other way, but the letters it prints out are E, H, and O, so that's good. If I run it again and then look for something that did not happen, which is there are no letters that occurred 25 times, and so far it says none. So looks like I have a reasonable solution to this problem. Once again, I'm using characters again because they're pretty convenient when you're working with individual letters. Although you could do a lot of the same work with strings if you're careful. I also showed you how to use a histogram or an array to use a bunch of accumulators, and then also how to convert the characters back to their numeric values and vice versa to use them as positions in the array. So hopefully this solution helps you understand how to solve the magic problem.